What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Threefold Gym. My name is Jay Cruz and you are watching Threefold Fitness. Today we are doing a review on the Rogue Rhino. It comes in a bunch of different configurations, but I'm gonna show you guys my custom Rhino and what I've chosen to go with. No, not this Rhino. All right, so this is my custom Rogue Rhino and this is the configuration that I've chosen to go with. This is not something you can buy straight off their website. There are Frankenstein pieces to make this the conglomeration that it is today. And actually, let's go over the 3 configurations you can find on their website and their pricing. The Rogue Rhino comes in 3 different configurations. The first configuration is a standalone, which is $2,295. That is a unit that doesn't involve being placed into a rack and doesn't come with a rack on its own. The second option is the drop-in, and that one is $2,145. What you would do with this option is you would use your current rack. Most likely it's going to be some sort of six post rack, and you would put it in the back portion of that rack. The issue with that is if you use the back end of your rack for storage, it won't fit in there as easily as it would anywhere else, because the lever that disengages the Rhino horn for the trolley will be encumbered or be encroached upon by the storage of those weights. The last option is the rack option. It is basically an RM3 included with the Rhino itself, the Rhino the Rhino belt squat itself, and that version comes in $3,510. Let's go over my version real quick. So what I chose to go with is the standalone version. And I also bought an RM3 along with it, which you see the 2 posts here. And I also got the crown pull-up bar by Monster, Rogue Monster crown pull-up bar. And I also got this 43-inch cross beam that goes across the top. And I also got 2 6-inch storage posts as well as a pair of 12-inch storage posts. And I also got the Monster safety spotter arms here, and I'll tell you why I got those in a little bit. And I also got a couple of J cups that go here. And the final and last thing I got for this is the Monster utility bench. I don't use it just for this, but I use it for multiple things. Comes to a total of $4,400. So why do you ask, why would I spend so much for all the extra to use something that everybody uses in a normal way? Well, two reasons. Every piece in my gym is multi-use, for one, and I needed to use it for the most different things within the one small amount of space. So this could be just a belt squat, but I chose to add on all these extra things to do a bunch of different exercises, and I'll show you guys those. One of the obvious workouts you can do here is a belt squat with this. Let me just show you how that works. I have a band on this so that when I lift up, this automatically gets pulled back, but you just have a standard belt squat. The trolley works very smooth and there's no issues. And the one thing that's cool about this is that you can do wider stances up here because the platform is very wide. And then you have these handles here. I put on the highest one because it gives you 2 options. You have it right here. You have kind of a mid hold and a low hold. If you want an even higher hold to help you up, this is why I put the J cups here. You can use these so you're not holding out right in front of you. And you can do squats like this. Something that I've done so that you don't use anything to hold on to stand up is actually hold the weights themselves, because they're moving. There's nothing for you to lift yourself up with. So when I'm doing it this way, it kind of helps you balance, but it doesn't help you lift up. So another tool that I have that is ironically named Rhino, it's made by a company called Rhino USA, but these are straps, tie-down straps that I use And I use these also so that I don't hold on to the actual weights, but I'll put them on either side like this. And then you can grab these straps like this, so you're not leaning forward as much. And then you can use these for support without lifting yourself up, and all of the tension is in your legs and not in your arms. Something else unique to the Rhino belt squat, as opposed to say like a pit shark or something else, where they have the pendulum piece, or not the pendulum piece, the lever arm down the middle. So like it's up the middle in between your legs. Something unique about this is that it's not there for this because it's on a pulley, which is super smooth. So you can actually do split leg lunges on this. Instead of putting the weight on your back or in your hands, it's all in your legs, and you can do split leg lunges this way. And if you have a, one of these arms, this is why I have these here too. You can put your arms on these, and you can use them as supports to do split leg lunges. And you can do the other side. Got to even them out, right? Ooh. So that's what that looks like. The other thing is, I talked about the crown pull-up bar that we have on top. The reason why I put that there is because I wanted to be able to do pull-ups in the station, because everybody uses all the other stations inside of my gym. So I wanted one more pull-up station. So that's why I have this. Woo, I'm winded. So that's why we have the pull-up station here, so that you can do pull-ups here. But that is also the reason why I have these here, so that you can get up to those points, because that's higher than most pull-up stations. So Laura is gonna show you that, because she's a shorter athlete, so she's gonna show you what that looks like. Okay, so one of the reasons why I have the safety spotter arms here is so that they can easily be stepped on, and it makes the pull-up bar more accessible. And so Laura will demo just a few pull-ups, see how many you can do. You got one more. To failure, let's go. 4, yes. Okay. And then you can safely get back down using those spotter arms. All right, so another reason why that we have the pull-up bar specifically on the Rhino is for weighted pull-ups. There's something about it being on a pulley that makes it just a little bit smoother, and it doesn't swing like if you were to attach something to you. So this keeps the weight pulling you straight down without any kind of swing. But again, on this we can attach ourselves with the belt squat portion, and then we can use these spotter arms once again to help us get up here. And then I can grab this. I only have, so the trolley is 27 pounds. I put 20 pounds on there. So we're doing about 47 pounds of weighted pull-ups. So that's what that looks like. That was just 3 pull-ups. I didn't warm up, so I wasn't gonna try and do a crazy amount, but there's 3 for you. Okay, so another thing we can do on here is Bulgarian split squats. Some people might say, oh, well, you're doing too much to do a really simple exercise in a whole different fashion. You're just trying to make extra usage. Well, think about this for 1 second. When you're trying to do these type of exercises, for some people, they just don't want to hold weight in their hands, and they just want to concentrate on the weight in their legs. So this is a very simple way to alleviate having to balance with your hands, having a weight inside of your hands, whether it be a dumbbell or a kettlebell. And you just very easily just have the belt attached to your waist, and you can just perform the exercise this way. Just when you thought we did all the exercises you possibly could do with the Rhino, there are more. This one though, you're gonna require like a triangle for, and you need 1 of 2 things. You need to either bolt the Rhino down to the ground, or you need to have a copious amount of weights added to it when you're doing any kind of exercise off of it, because it has the tendency to tip if you yourself are not standing on the machine itself. So you can just attach a triangle here, And you can also do rows this way. The only issue with this is that you have to place the weight all the way back down the bottom, or if you have an assistant with you, they can just close it back for you or put the horn back on for you. The reason why this is better than a regular bent over row is that it doesn't put so much pressure on your back. So if you're doing the bent over row this way, you have all the pressure on your back, but this keeps it so that it's in your legs and you can use your back a lot more without having to, your upper back, your lats, without having to use your lower back in the movement. All right, this one I will admit is a bit of a stretch, but you can still use it for this. If you have a flat utility bench, you can put that across the two safety bars. And then if you have a yoga pad, you put that on. And if you have two ankle straps, you would put those on. And then you would attach these like so. And you can do leg extensions on this thing. Albeit, this needs to be just a touch higher in order for it to work properly. But I will demo this for you guys. So it's definitely a doable exercise. If you have nothing, this is better than nothing, but obviously a standalone leg extension machine would be much better than this. Okay, by this time, I'm sure you guys are all running to your wives and telling them, hey, look at this Rhino and see how many different things you can do with it. Well, I'm gonna show you guys one more thing you can do with it. You can also do curls on this machine, which with any pulley, you know that you can do this. I just wanted to make sure I demoed it so you guys could see it in action. And since every day is arm day, here is another way to use it for your arms. You can do standing tricep extensions. You can do sitting tricep extensions. Now, if you notice, Laura isn't that tall, but she's still topped out. So I would recommend that if you're gonna do this, to stand right there. So you would stand just off, and it gives you a little bit better of an angle to pull away from. Again, when you let this down though, it's gonna have to go all the way to the bottom, unless you are multi-talented like Laura is. All right, and for the last exercise, I'm sure you guys can find out a lot more ways than I've shown you so far, but this is the very last one, just a variation of the pull movement. You would attach a cable from the bottom pulley and wrap it over the top beam. That's another reason why I have the beam so high. This is what I did before I got my pulley machines. This is a variation that you could also do if you don't currently have any pulley machines. It's a way to kind of do a lat pull down. But hopefully this video showed you a bunch of different ways that you can change your configuration and make it customized to your needs and your specific uses in your gym. Thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for seeing what I use my Rogue Rhino for, my custom Rogue Rhino for, and hopefully you guys have come up with some ideas that you guys can use it for yourselves. Stay tuned, because I'll do a review on what it would be standalone, and I'll also explain where I use the other pieces of the RM34 in another video, because that is a custom barbell holder rack, and then I also use it for my stall bar setup over there. It's over there. Yeah, let's come back. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys in the next video.